और टीसीएस के तीसरी तिमाही के नतीजे अनुमान से कमजोर रहे हैं। हालांकि मौजूदा तिमाही में कंपनी की वॉल्यूम ग्रोथ अनुमान के मुताबिक ही रही है। टीसीएस के मैनेजमेंट से जी बिजनेस की एग्जीक्यूटिव एडिटर स्वाति खंडेलवाल ने एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत की। आइए देखते हैं।
मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन, टीसीएस के नंबर्स आ गए और नंबर्स काफ़ी अच्छे हैं, जबकि ये एक सीजनली वीक क्वार्टर है और कंपनी ने अपना नेट प्रॉफिट 8,000 करोड़ रुपीस की पार इस बार पोस्ट किया इस क्वार्टर में, जो कि स्ट्रीट एस्टिमेट से मीट करता है। बट थोड़ा सा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट अगर मैं कहूँगी तो वो है मार्जिन्स और रेवेन्यू फ्रंट पे। चलिए हम मैनेजमेंट से बात करते हैं टीसीएस की। यहाँ पर एन गणपति सुब्रमण्यम, हु इज़ द COO ऑफ टीसीएस, एंड अजॉय मुखर्जी, EVP एंड ग्लोबल HR हेड। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद योर नंबर्स सर। और यू नो वी हैव सीन द नंबर्स हैव बीन pretty robust, जबकि ये सीजनली वीक क्वार्टर होता है। हाउ विल यू सम अप द ग्रोथ ड्राइवर्स इस क्वार्टर में, एंड मोर इम्पॉर्टेंटली हम जो आगे का आउटलुक देख रहे हैं इन दीज वॉलेटाइल टाइम्स, वो हाउ इज इट पैनिंग आउट?
This quarter is seasonally a weak quarter, but we are happy with the way that we ended the quarter. And overall, from a financial year perspective, we are well on our way to register a double-digit growth for this financial year. And the order book overall looks very strong. We had a total contract value, TCV, is at $5.9 billion. It's also a very healthy and very robust situation. That comes on top of a 4.9 billion of order book that we had in Q1 and as well as Q2. Overall, we see a demand environment which is very, very positive across geographies. And for example, US is growing well. UK and Europe both are registering upwards of 20% year-on-year growth. Across verticals, banking, financial services, we have done well. So we see that it has grown from the last 2 quarters to this quarter. And the overall demand in banking, financial services as well as insurance looks very robust, very positive. And barring one-off situations in retail or manufacturing or auto, we see that the demand situation, demand outlook for our IT services is quite robust.
Okay, and that is the outlook that you pretty much sum up. BFSI पे specifically I want to ask, because जैसा आपने growth देखा है every quarter, we've seen that constant upside. When do we see a very strong momentum coming in, let's say a double-digit growth? Is that in the vicinity? Can we say in the next quarter you are targeted to reach there?
We are very confident about it from a trajectory. If you look at where we started 2-3 quarters ago in banking financial services, it come from 2% to 4% to 6% to 8.6% right now. So I think we probably end the year from a trajectory perspective. If we are not double digit, at least closer to the double digit, I think we'll be very happy. The trajectory on banking financial services looks on the upside, and so there is barring some macro issues which could affect the sector, there is no reason for us to believe at this point in time that it cannot continue that growth momentum.
मैं बाकी सेक्टर्स पे भी बात करूंगी, बट अजॉय, लेट मी गेट यू इनटू द कॉन्वर्जेशन। और जैसा हम हायरिंग पे बात कर रहे थे और हमने देखा एडिशन भी किया इस बार आपने वापस, ओवरऑल ईयर का आउटलुक कैसा है, एंड ऑन द एट्रिशन रेट ऑल्सो व्हाट इज इट दैट यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद, एंड आगे चलकर आउटलुक में क्या आपको लग रहा है, हायरिंग पे क्या नंबर्स हैं और एट्रिशन पे?
हायरिंग जो है वो इस साल फाइनेंशियल ईयर टोटल जो नेट हायरिंग दैट वी हैव डन इज क्लोज टू 23,000, राइट? और पिछले साल में अगर हम देखें लास्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर FY18 आर टोटल नेट हायरिंग वाज 7,700. तो सिग्निफिकेंट जंप एज फार एज आर हायरिंग इज कंसर्न. एंड इफ आई टेक द लास्ट ईयर आउट, क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर हम लोगों का ग्रोथ भी कम था, तो उसके मुकाबले हमारा जो हायरिंग है विच इज मोर और लेस रिलेटेड, सो हायरिंग वाज लेस. But earlier years we used to hire on an average, it's always been between 25 to 35,000 net, and we are back to around 23,000 now in the first 9 months, and we will be reaching somewhere our usual kind of hiring rate as we go forward in this financial year. So I can't give you the exact number, what will be the number that we will be hiring, but we are already 23,000 plus, so 23,000 at this financial year, and going forward this particular quarter we will be again hiring. Our hiring remains strong as far as India hiring is concerned, overseas hiring is concerned. जैसे NGS ने अभी आपको बताया कि हम लोगों का जो आउटलुक है from a growth point of view also is looking pretty good. Trajectory is looking very high. So we are maintaining our hiring. Right?
Okay.
Now attrition side, we are pretty happy with where we are with about 11.2 at this point in time. Or there are various factors which help us in controlling our attrition. So we are the industry benchmark as far as retaining our people are concerned, the kind of competency development that we do, the kind of investment the company makes in our own people.
इस पर ही मुझे थोड़ा समझना है, because it's a good platform to tell us what exactly are you doing in terms of skill development and making sure that you are putting in that effort, investments जो लोगों में आप लगा रहे हैं to scale and skill them.
उसके लिए मैं यही बोलूँगा कि जो हम लोगों का philosophy है from TCS, from the very beginning when we started, we have been always saying technology becomes legacy, not people. ठीक है, so we hire people so that they make a career in TCS for a long term. We don't want people to come in and go, hiring and firing. That model does not work for us. And given the group ethos, given our own core values, so we spend enough or invest enough in our people. Once they come in, initial learning program होता है, उसके बाद वो दूसरे प्रोजेक्ट्स में जाते हैं. और ऐसा नहीं है कि आप एक टेक्नोलॉजी में काम कर रहे हैं तो उसी टेक्नोलॉजी में रहेंगे. हम लोग we give rotation. तो if somebody is working on .NET, कल वो जावा में काम करेंगे, उसके बाद फिर वो let's say एनालिटिक्स में काम करते हैं. So different projects and for different customers, different verticals, different geographies, different countries. तो उससे जो है पूरा आउटलुक अच्छा डेवलप होता है for an individual. And as new technologies come in, we invest in training people on technology. And because the other benefit for that is, as you are working in TCS over a longer period of time, you get to understand the processes, you get to understand each customer, how they work. So that is what we call as our contextual knowledge. So that is very important in our business.
Absolutely, and I think वो उस पे बहुत काम होता ही है. Let me come back to you, NGS, and we were talking about BFSI, but there are concerns still in the retail and auto space, as you were talking about. But TCS is investing heavily in, for example, connected cars and other technology, the future, artificial intelligence, cognitive learning and so on. वहाँ पर कितना focus है और कैसे आप उसको leverage करेंगे? And some of the other markets, especially because of the Brexit concerns and all of that, your US and Europe में कैसा outlook लग रहा है?
See, overall, if you look at, there is software in everything.
Sure.
In this light, there is a software now, right? Connected cars, जो बात कर रहे हैं उसमें काफी software है, right? And if you take a walk, then people come and tell you that, look, we know that you are here, so would you like to visit us? So the technology is so advanced that there is software in everything. So in terms of the demand, I see that it's up to your imagination to decide where all you want to go, right? Yeah, whether you want to stop at only the enterprise application services, you want to look at digital application, you want to look at embedded software. So the overall, I think we see enormous amount of opportunity in providing our expertise in building Internet of Things, or intelligent Internet of Things as people call it nowadays, and then connected cars, autonomous cars. Everywhere we see opportunities, right? And coming back to specifically on the automotive side, I think automotive and manufacturing, I think it has turned around in North America, where we are really in these two verticals. In North America, we are growing a lot. In Europe and UK, we see some softness. They are working on a few things. One is what should be their business model in a Brexit scenario, or a hard Brexit or a soft Brexit scenario, how the data should go here, there, etc. So there is a cautious about spending that happens over there. Then second is that, look, the future platforms, whether it is electric vehicles or connected cars, they are all working to build a common platform across, let's say, customers, like whether it's BMW or Daimler or Fiat. Is there an opportunity to share the cost for creating a common platform of technology, so that the investments is shared, the innovations can be harvested together, and so on and so on. So now all these means that, look, they are working on the future direction and what kind of platform and technology that they will shape up, right? So I think that should probably be completed in the next 1 or 2 quarters. And then after that, I feel that the auto sector in the Europe and UK should turn around.
Okay, तो ये 1-2 quarter का बात है, and then things should look up. एक सवाल सर, to understand from constant currency growth, जो कि upper side आई है, street estimate को beat किया है उस हिसाब से, but the currency headwind हम देख रहे हैं, cross currency headwind, उसका कितना impact on TCS we'll see even going forward? It's a volatile environment, right? So that way.
Yeah, it's very difficult to predict that. So I think in TCS, we don't want to worry about too much about all this.
Okay.
And we should look at the demand. We should look at the opportunities that we see. And even in this particular quarter, we embraced the embracing risk paradigm of the business 4.0. We saw a demand, we saw the opportunity to capture that demand. So we invested in the business. We hired more people, trained them, make them ready so that they can start from, let's say, January 3rd on the opportunities that are available on our hand. So consequently, that has resulted in higher costs in manpower than what we originally budgeted for in Q3, and that has consequently flown down into our margins for the quarter. But overall, we remain very positive about the demand outlook, where we are with respect to the financial year at the end of this. In terms of how we are starting the financial year, calendar year 2019 as opposed to how we started in calendar year 2018, it's a very, very secular growth, very, very secular demand that we see. All our markets are growing. We don't see any major issues per se to call out in any of our lines of businesses that we are operating in. Barring macroeconomic situations, I think
that's not in your hand.
That's really not in our hand, or how the currency is going. We are confident of continuing to be on the growth trajectory.
26 to 28%, the guidance that was given. You are maintaining that.
I think that's a band that I would like to be. We are comfortable about that being there in that band. We are working our way towards that.
Wonderful. Ajoy, quickly, when you talk of the kind of response you're getting on the hiring and all of that, and the markets are growing, all India and overseas, any particular market where you see there's an opportunity and you want to grow in a big way, and why? In terms of any findings that you've done when you go out and say, this is a market we want to tap, why can't we do an onshore, on-site hiring? Also, the visa concerns and cost and the challenges of each market, how do you deal with that?
Okay, so it's a loaded question.
Yeah.
See, for example, there's no geography where we do not want to grow. We want to grow in all geographies, wherever we are operating in. And that has been our philosophy, और उसी तरह से हम लोग grow करते भी हैं, हर geography में हम लोग grow करते हैं. और जहाँ तक hiring का सवाल है, इंडिया में we have been hiring very strong. This year what we introduced what we call as TNQT, which is TCS National Qualification Test. पहले हम लोग हर एक इंस्टीट्यूट में जाते थे, वहाँ पे we used to conduct a test followed by interview, उसके बाद ऑफर लेटर मिलता था. तो हमने कहा कि instead of going into each institute, let's make it democratized so that people from all institutes can participate. तो हम लोगों ने नेशनल लेवल पे टेस्ट कंडक्ट किया, एक दिन में फ्रॉम ऑल इंस्टीट्यूट्स 1800 इंस्टीट्यूट से लोगों ने पार्टिसिपेट किया उसमें. उसके बाद मोर देन 2 लाख पीपल पार्टिसिपेटेड इन दैट टेस्ट. तो उसके बाद द टेस्ट के बाद फिर इंटरव्यू, उसके बाद देन वी हैव गिवन आउट ऑफर्स एज फार एज कैंपस इज कंसर्न. सो हायरिंग रिमेन्स स्ट्रांग. ठीक है. एंड एज फार एज ऑन साइट हायरिंग इज कंसर्न, दैट वी हैव बीन सेइंग ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, देयर आर डिफरेंट रीजंस. कभी वीजाज आता है, कभी द काइंड ऑफ स्किल्स यू नीड, कभी द काइंड ऑफ कैपेबिलिटी इन डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस दैट यू नीड. सो गिवन दैट इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द business model and your whole manpower planning strategy, what is required.
But it's not a major concern.
So it's not a concern. We are going to hire. We will continue to hire on site also. So that is the way it is going to be. And our business model is rotation. So people will continue to, global mobility will continue.
Sure.
So it's a standard way of going practice. So it will continue.
Lovely. And last question, NGS. The client, the big, street is always excited about the big clients and the order book and the way things are panning out on that front. How are you seeing that scenario in terms of large deals, large order pipeline? How is that looking? अभी तक तो आपने काफ़ी अच्छा performance दिया है, be it small, medium and big ticket. आगे how is the outlook? Because as I said, सबको काफ़ी excitement रहता है ये समझने के लिए कि कैसा future है.
I think the overall contract value that we have signed is good. Out of that 5.9 billion that we talked about it, more than 3.1 billion came from North America. About little about $2 billion of deals came from banking financial services. About $800 million worth of deals came from retail. But they're all, they're all not type of mega deals, which is in a way good for us because, in 2018, when we started the year, the deal pipeline, we entered the year with on the back of a large deals, 2 or 3 large deals, right? But here it is the more secular and more diversified deals, which is actually good. But on the specifically to your question, are we working on large deals?
Yeah.
Obviously, we are working on a few large deals. But the deal cycle, the sales cycle for all those large deals is quite long. It could take about 12 to 18 months overall. But we have been at it. There are large deals that we are working on in banking. There are large deals working on insurance, in manufacturing as well as retail.
In India and overseas?
Yeah, in India and as well as overseas.
All right. Wonderful speaking with you. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.